When I heard that this course will be taking place in Thailand, in Chiang Mai, it is given a big opportunity for students to engage with the real issues, interact with the real people, and we can see directly through their eyes, and we can engage with them about issues that facing their daily lives.
Our policy is to try to what we call internationalize our program, meaning that not only the student from the region come to study with us, but we would like them to interact with students from other universities overseas, from Europe, from the US, from Australia, or from Africa, if possible. So these particular summer school give a chance for our students to know, interact with students from other university and observe and learn from them. How do they think? How do they work, for example?
The theme of our program is Borderlands, and I think it's something I hadn't given a lot of thought to before. I think most people, including myself, take borders as a essential, natural part of any world, of our world. And what we don't realize is that borders can be a relatively new phenomenon. In many cases, they're constantly negotiated, and one interesting thing that one interesting perspective is that they're not just these nouns, these places, they're actually these verbs. They're enforced, enacted, and policed. A lot of stories are lost in this space along the borderland where people are stateless, where they don't follow one citizenship, where they're migrants, where their livelihood relies on them being back and forth between two places.
There is one lecture session, Skype lecture session from Zurich, I think, and she shares her experiences as a researcher, and for me it is very, very useful, because it's not just about book, and it's not just about learning in the class. It's about how you interact with the people in the real reality and in the field, and how much challenges you face when you go to the field to do the research. And this is very practical insights for me, so it is very useful.
Chiang Mai University would focus a lot of the research and content on the Southeast Asian region, and so we were able to hear directly from really high-level professors on their work in the region and in those fields of study, and so that was really, really valuable to be able to hear from those professors.
I think that when you're students, you kind of get the opportunity to talk about things that doesn't really come up in other contexts, and it sort of bridges the gaps that you have from language and culture and countries, because at the end of the day you're all doing the same thing, you're all here to learn about the same things.
I see this is a kind of a new kind of teaching method, right? A kind of learning out of the classroom. And again, unlike the previous exchange program or summer school, which tend to focus on local situation, but here the way it is structured, both in the lecture and the internship, allows students to understand the broader perspective. But I mean, in this case, I mean the regional context and the interaction between local and global.
As an undergraduate student, most of the research that you do is very secondary source heavy, or it's very much focused on what other people have already written about an issue. So for me, this has been transformative in sort of shifting my perspective away from looking what other people are saying about things and putting that in a new way, and instead being on the ground, talking to people, letting research topics come to you from your experiences as opposed to approaching an experience with a preconceived research idea or thought.
The transformative feature of this course is because I didn't know, I mean, like in the past, I only know, okay, this is the research interest and we are the researcher and we do the research and then done. And then we publish this research in the academic community. But this course gave me the new insight of like how research can link to the community.
This course is not only about a course in a class or you have a field work with NGOs, but it's actually building networks of people, networks of researchers, networks of young advocates who wants to make the world a better place from different angles, from different perspectives. And it's kind of nice to know each other, to engage and learn from each other from different perspectives. It's broadening my horizon on a specific issues, and I can see one problem from different angles, and it actually enrich my perspective.
I think it's a big issue we see that globalization has given costs and benefits differently to different people, and this program is one among many of the strategies we have for trying to respond to that. That we can't answer globalized challenges in siloed efforts. We need to have a globalized response. And so meeting with students from Australia or Cape Town or Denmark, and especially the local host students in Chiang Mai, that has been really like revealing in terms of seeing the overlap in the issues we face.